Riley is a grade 10 in the Greater Toronto area. She is on the search for a volunteer opportunity to complete her 40 hours, but she doesn't want to just be ticking off a box. She wants the experience to be enjoyable, meaningful, and enriching, like the people she saw on Instagram who fight for women's rights or make care packages for starving children in Yemen. But volunteer websites make it so complicated and time consuming to find specific opportunities that eventually Riley gives up, chooses the easiest opportunity, and decides to avoid ever volunteering again. Is that really what we want our future to look like? In the largest volunteers due to complicated websites? We believe the answer is no. That's why we've taken action and created ACT as a solution. Welcome to ACT, a website that makes volunteering easier for individuals and organizations so that they can focus on making their mark on the causes they care about. ACT is an easily accessible volunteering website that has a simple sign-up system, automatically filters opportunities to fit your interests, and provide recognition of volunteers' hard work to encourage them to make volunteering a regular part of their lives. The main sustainable goal we aim to achieve is the 17th, Partnership for the Goals. We will be partnering up with different volunteering companies in order to solve separate goals, such as sponsoring food banks to achieve the zero hunger goal. This website allows volunteers to feel part of a community when they participate together. Meet the team. Hi, I'm Fatuma.
Hi, I'm Savara.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Hi, I'm Akaya.
Our mission. At ACT, our mission is to inspire our future generation to act on their passion to make their mark on the causes they care about. We envision a world where volunteering and giving back becomes a regular part of everybody's lives.
What are the products that compete with us and are similar to ours? People may use social media platforms like Instagram, a well-liked app to advertise their product, and other well-known volunteer sites instead of ours. Given that our product is new, why would users want to use it? Unlike other sites where there may be more steps and more difficulty, we provided straightforward features where it is very easy and direct on how to sign or log in to minimize any confusion and many more. For our target audience, we aim for users ages 13 to 18 years old who live in Toronto and to hopefully expand to other locations. And now we'll be walking through the actual website.
This is ACT, the homepage. We have our logo in the corner that can be clicked at any time to go back to the homepage. Then we have our navigation bar that links to our Who We Are page that explains the different components of our organization, the Our Services page that lays out how organizations and individuals, what they can gain from signing up to our website, our partners that highlights the organizations that help make ACT possible, as well as a place for organizations that are interested in supporting our cause, and contact us so that our volunteers and organizations can contact us person to person and not just on our website. There's also a login sign up page for anyone who's interested so that they can join us. After that, we have a big, lovely image that has our slogan, Your Actions Matter, and another login sign up button. And then we have summaries of each of the sections on our website, of each of the sections on our navigation bar. We also have a slideshow to show some volunteer testimonials. And then we have what we offer, our partners, and the footer, which includes some of our contact information and a link to each of the sections on our homepage. Once interested, users can join us with that login sign up button that leads to this page. Here you can choose which one are you? Are you a volunteer or organization? If you're a volunteer, then you can sign in. And then be led to the volunteering page.
One of the main pages on our website is the volunteering page. This is where volunteers may find information of where to sign up and what they can do using ACT. In the first section of the page, there at the top on the left, there's a brief summary on how volunteers contribute to the ACT community, stating what they can do and who they might impact. Following that, there are goals for our volunteers, which gives people something to look forward to on their journey. In the last section, it gives people a choice to figure out whether they want to be specific on how they volunteer or not. Here are a few SDGs that we looked into. So if they want to volunteer about food, they can choose the zero hunger portion and be relocated to another page with more information on the matter. In that section, we'll be aiming to reduce food waste and allow it to instead help people who are in need. They can choose to donate to food banks and it will show them where they can do that. If they want to volunteer with environment, they can choose either the water-related or land-related SDGs. This section will be aiming to help the environment by cleaning polluted areas and protecting wildlife. with similar details as the last. If they just wish to get into volunteering right away, there's a section at the bottom on the left that allows them to just put in their postal code and find their nearest location.
And moving on to the special feature our organization has. So once you sign in and get to the volunteer homepage, if you click on volunteer account, it'll lead you to this volunteer tracking page where you'll see log hours and timesheet. Here you can fill in the activity you volunteered for, how many hours you did it for, the date you volunteered, the organization. You can also leave a note for the organization. As you can see, if you click submit here, it will show up on your timesheet. And once again, I'm just filling out the information. Also, there will be a pop-up message saying, thank you for submitting, your hours are getting approved, meaning that the organization can also approve your hours. And I'm going to just play the video again. When you click submit, it'll add on to your timesheet. So originally there was one activity, and when you click submit again, there's two.
That's for volunteers. What if you're an organization? Then you would go to this page. Our navigation bar has home, which is this page. It has summaries of each of the sections in our navigation bar, like the home page did, and some personalization, like a quote of the day or some other tidbits that fit this organization page uniquely to that organization. And then we have our recruitment page, which is our main feature. It's where organizations can post their opportunities and view the volunteers that sign up. The volunteer tracking sheet on the organization side is unfortunately not ready, but its general function would be to clearly highlight the relevant interests and experiences of each of the volunteers, so that maybe someone with managerial experience can then be assigned a leadership role in that volunteer opportunity. And maybe someone who has a passion for women's rights will make care packages for a women's shelter instead of, say, a general community. At ACT, we don't want anyone's passions or talents to be wasted. Next is the marketing and outreach section, which informs organizations of how ACT can support them in marketing and outreach. They can be our organization of the week, or we can help them collaborate with another organization that signed up to our website. This function is designed to help uplift new or small organizations and encourage the givers of the world to stay connected. Finally, we have workshops link, which organizations pay thousands for worldwide experts in various fields, and that takes away money that they can give to their cause. So we have workshops that can still give organizations the knowledge they need to improve, but for a little to no fee, so that the money can go to their cause. And then we have a profile where they can edit who they are, their description, and so on.
Due to the fact that our business is entirely online and we have no immediate plans to hire staff, we don't anticipate making many sales in our first year. Instead, our website will not need funding for the first 6 months. As our website grows, we will get funding from grants and sponsors, and we'll also accept donations through our website. We intend to advertise our product using advertisements on social media platforms via social media accounts. Our second way is through schools. When it comes to how our volunteers can use our website, accessibility is our first priority. The key aspect, usability, which measures how simply users can browse our website, combined with visual appeal, which measures how effectively and successfully our website is constructed, equals satisfaction.
So you've seen where we are, but within a couple of months, we will be so much more. By that time, we will have launched, and we don't plan on having volunteers sign up to our website when we launch, but we do aim to have 50 organizations so that we have volunteer opportunities ready for volunteers to sign up. And then within our first month, our goal is 1,000 volunteers and 100 organizations to be signed up, and that's based on the capabilities of our marketing strategy. Then for our first year, we hope to double in volunteers and greatly increase in organizations every month and grow as a company and expand our impact. Or some other next steps that we have are to launch an app in the future with notifications to provide even more encouragement to volunteers to make volunteering a regular part of their life, and hopefully add more features to our website based on users' feedback. And that's ACT. Before we end, we would like to give a special thanks to our coaches, Nicole and Rosa, as well as our lecturers who made our business idea possible. And we would also like to give a special thanks to Samra, our coding teacher, who made our website possible, and a special thanks to Doina, Hira, and Stemming Up for making our wonderful team possible. And we wouldn't exist without you. Thank you everybody else for listening, and we hope to see you all on our website.
Wow, wow, wow. I loved that pitch. Right from the start, you started with the user story. I'm a sucker for that. I've mentioned it already today. I love when people pick a user and really build that empathy with the user. You did that immediately, so I was hooked. I wanted to hear more about it, and you were very clear with what your mission was and the problem you were trying to solve. So excellent pitch. I was very impressed with that. Things to improve on. I'd love to hear a bit more of a concrete plan on how you're going to get the people. And so in order for this website to be successful, you need volunteers and organizations to participate. Is there a difference in how you're going to market it to each one? Because they get different benefits out of it. And so maybe you want to think about how to get that outreach, that visibility, so that organizations even know you exist and that you can help them. But then also, how do you get volunteers to stay and stay longer? And it's not just one-time use. They want to keep coming back. So these are all things you can think about as you keep expanding, but you already had so many features, honestly. So that was pretty impressive. And one question I just wanted to learn a bit more on was the workshops part of it, because I don't think we went too in depth on that. So who would be running these workshops and how does that kind of work with your business plan?
So organizations, like I said, organizations pay thousands, hundreds, whatever for field experts. And to make sure that our workshops are top of the line and have the best information possible and are just as good quality as those field experts, we would hire field experts ourselves from our funding eventually. It's just like Fatuma mentioned, we won't need funding initially. So later on, we will build our workshops with field experts so that we have to pay once. And yet so many organizations can reuse it over and over. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I'll go next. Thank you so much for your presentation. I really enjoyed it. Loved the MVP, starting off with that. In terms of strengths, I actually saw some great stuff. Like that website looked very legit. If I clicked on it just randomly on Google, I would definitely just sign up if I needed like volunteer hours or something. I really like the distinction between how you're going to tackle organizations and how you're going to tackle volunteers, because the SDG is around partnerships. So considering both sides of the partnership is great, and very unique business plan. I think that it was really well thought out. Like the business side of it was really well thought out. In terms of like areas to improve, I definitely think being, I guess, more specific about why choosing the GTA is significant. Because you mentioned that in the beginning, and you also mentioned an age group, but I don't think it was like too elaborated on how, like, the plan you presented seemed more like an international plan / a countrywide plan rather than one that was going to start in the GTA, especially because it's a website and so many people, different people can access it. So elaboration in that area would be great. That kind of ties into like a second point of like how you're going to scale this project. Is it just like contacting different organizations and just going through that, or I guess like a little more elaboration on that? And in terms of questions, so the first and only question honestly that I have is, how would you motivate someone who doesn't need like hours for high school to volunteer? So this is like adult volunteers / people who don't have like a necessity to volunteer, but you kind of want to facilitate that want. So how would you encourage them to use your platform?
On our homepage, the demo of the homepage that I showed, there is a text that says what we offer. It was simplicity, personalization, and recognition. A big thing about volunteers is that they don't get a lot of recognition, which doesn't really motivate them to volunteer over and over, which is what we want. So we have recognition, we have affirmations, we have quotes of the day to motivate them, and we have rewards. A lot of the time, organizations want to help, like provide maybe a coupon or something else to a cause like this to increase volunteers because they want to look good or whatever other reason. So we would reach out to places like Booster Juice or some other things that would motivate teenagers and maybe get some sponsorships and prizes from them. And then the more, maybe if you reach a certain number of hours, then a volunteer gets a reward. And then just be clear, the rewards are for volunteers, and then for organizations, we just support them and educate them.
Awesome. Thank you. Great job, guys. Love the presentation.